Recording.
All right. Okay, now I'm getting out of this thing. Okay, you guys, it was so much fun. The energy in there was amazing. I never sat in the backseat of my car, you guys. I don't even know where the seatbelt is. Hook thing. Okay. Here, Tracy, talk first.
Hey guys, I loved it. Oh my gosh, we learned so many new things. There were so many Ambassador Diamonds up there.
Oh, Sandy Dury was there. Sandy
Yep,
Dury,
yep,
she was
yep.
there. She was part of it. I'm buckled in now.
Black
San-
Diamond Wash. Her last name was Wash.
Susie. So like they were fun. So I like one of the. Let me go with aha moments. Aha moments were this one right here. One was the 5 people that you hang around the most. Like, so your 5 closest friends are who you are. Like who you are as a person. So if those 5 people aren't go-getters, entrepreneurs, let's say they're the 5 closest people you hang out with, it works, and they're not blitzing, they're not, on calls, they're not messaging. That's who you are. So if your 5 people aren't like contributing to growth in their life, then they're not contributing anything to to your own personal life. So if you have to drop one friend and add a new friend, if you have to drop all 5 friends and add 5 more friends, then that's what you're going to have to do, because you are who you hang with. Just like the simple thing, you are what you eat, you are everything. So you are who you hang with. So I really enjoyed that part. I was like, wow, it really just like opened my eye as why I only hang with only a couple people nowadays, because they're not on the same page that I'm on in life, or where I'm going, or what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Another aha moment was the number of events you attend, the more money you make. Mm-hmm. And that is so true. So if you aren't attending these events as many as you can, if you're not attending these Zooms, you're not attending the corporate calls, you're not attending your team calls, you're going to be making less money, because even though you hear these things and you do this, you hear the same thing like 5, 10, 20 times the same thing on repeat. They said there's going to be that one person that says it in a different way that's going to like spark your insides, get your fire in your belly going again. It's going to be just that one. She was like, because you can be on your team and you can tell your team the same thing, and then your team looks at you as like you're the mother of them. And then you have that cool aunt that says the same thing that you said to them. And you're like, I told you that already. And they're like, ding, 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 ding. So, that was a good one. More aha moments for you?
I loved at the end we did like a little we played a little game where it was about having no's. We all get no's, so everybody had to stand up, and we had to talk to so many people. We had to ask people to join our team if they wanted to rap or if they wanted to become a customer. So we had to ask until we got 4 no's.
Rap, become a customer, or join your team.
We kept walking around, and at that 4th no, we had to say no 4 times. We had to ask these questions people had to ask us. But on the 5th time, whether I got asked or Trina, whoever got asked if they want to rap, become a customer, or join the team, you said yes. So whenever we were told yes, or we said yes, we got so excited. And the main point of it all was, you're going to get no's, but you have to go through so many of those no's to get your yeses. And the more people you run through, the faster you'll get your yeses. You just have to ask. So that was at the end, and that was like really, really inspiring, because it is true, because a lot of times you get down because you are hearing no, but it's just a point. People are going to say no, not because of you necessarily, but because they might not have time. This might not be the right time. They might not be financially ready to become your loyal customer, but that doesn't mean you have to necessarily give up, but just keep on. And she also said, when people tell you, no, I'm not ready, no, I'm too fat, no, I don't have time, what we have to say is next, meaning that next, let's go to the next person, let's go to the next, potential customer, let's go to the next potential distributor. And that really hit me, it really struck with me. And I'm just super excited. I mean, we were discussing going to the It Works convention, the conference in February, and they just spoke upon how important it is to get there, how the energy is so high, how it like changes your life. And I cannot wait to hear the announcement so we can get our tickets and be there, because right now, like, you can be so excited, but it's something about coming to these events and being around people who are like-minded like you, who want more for your family, want more for your life, no matter who's not doing whatever on your team. Is really, really about you. And they also focus on this as well. When people aren't working, you can inspire people, but you can't motivate people. I mean, you can give them the tools they need to actually make it, but you can't manage them. Like, I'm very big on that. I will help you as much as I can, but I'm not about taking care of another kid. Like, I'm not going to do it. So they focus on that again. Like, you have to want it deep down inside. You cannot force this on anyone. You can only show them what you're doing and give them your tips and like try to inspire them. So I love those points. And I'm just excited. I'm ready to go to the next level. I'm ready to talk to so many people. I'm ready. I've been adding like hundreds of people to Instagram every day. Like we rolled up here and I'm on Instagram adding people, liking and commenting and loving. And I'm like, oh, I want to meet so many people, because I can just see how far this thing is going to take us all. If we just believe and we put in the time, we have patience, because it's not going to happen overnight. I watched women on YouTube, you listen to women who became presidential diamonds in 4 months. Some of them took a year. Some of them took 8 years. It really doesn't matter. Everybody has their time, and you cannot compare yourself to other people. It just depends. When it's your time, it will be your time. But as long as you're going, putting in that work, believing, having faith, is gonna happen. So I'm just excited, y'all. I don't know what else to say.
Okay. Well, we'll pass it back. There was another too when it said about being a mentor and being a manager. There's a difference when you're trying to manage your team and everybody who's quit, that they're at home and they are and they quit this and they became this because they wanted to be their own boss, not us being their boss and trying to manage them, because they came into this so they didn't have a boss. So it was a freedom not to manage them, to actually just mentor them onto their way and show them the ropes. And that's also where it's mentoring them and not giving them too much and making them work for themselves.
Right.
Anybody who was trying to say something? I don't know, I missed it. But yeah, so that was a big one. Like, okay, because I have a tendency at the beginning, like starting it all, where I can be a little bossy,
right?
And I'm like, you have to do this. Right. You need to get on this. You have to, And some people don't like to be bossed around, and I'm not managing a team. I'm just mentoring you to the right direction. So that was really big, and also really inspirational is, when they have everybody stand up, like who's a distributor, and in the room, like 80% of the room was distributors. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, well, then who's Ruby? And everybody stands up, and so forth and so on. So once they got to Triple Diamond is when they had the people come up on the up there to give their story. So Triple Diamond, Presidential, and not Black Diamond, Ambassador, and it went like that. And when those stories, are the most inspirational stories that you really hear, that really kind of gets you excited again to say, like, I can do this. You've had people that reached triple diamond in 5-6 months. People who got, one girl, she was working for a prestige airline, and once she hit Emerald, she put in her 2 weeks and she quit, and she gave it her all, and then in five months she went presidential. I was like, oh my God, right? Like, by just giving it your all. So hearing those individual stories, and they only gave you about a minute, so it wasn't like standing up there where you got bored. It was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very organized. And those stories in the beginning are really what counts, and hearing everybody's journey of how fast they got there, how slow they got there, how many times they had to rebuild their team. Like, those are stories that you really need to hear, because it's like you have so many people that just quit, and you're like having to rebuild, and it just gives you that motivation. Like, we can do this, and
we're gonna do this.
yes, we are. It's fun, and it's and all about putting, worshiping and praying and mindset. And mindset was a big, like, one panel was all mindset of how you had to, what they did in the beginning of their day to get their day started, and how your mind has to be set for what you're going to do. Also, like with the power hours that we were doing, kind of fell off from the power hour a little bit, but not even doing that, but setting a timer. And so many people set a timer. Like, I didn't know this. So we can set a timer, right? Just ideas. Set a timer that, at about maybe 6 o'clock or whatever time of the day that around that time, every single day you're free. Set that timer for 15 minutes if you only have that 15 minutes, and do things intentional. If that's messaging 20 people right then, if that's inboxing your loyal customers, whatever, like, that 15 minutes of intentional time is very crucial. And setting that timer so every goes off, it's like, okay, I said this is what I'm going to do. And it doesn't have to be the full hour like I was doing and breaking it up, but it can be okay, I can't do an hour, but let me do 15 minutes of uninterrupted, just uninterrupted intentional time to reach back, and even reach back to your loyal customers, because, like they said, loyal customers are your distributors, hopefully, down the line, if you keep in contact with them and build that personal relationship. So it was awesome. Conference coming up. I'm like really excited about conference. Trice and I are going to conference for sure. Like, for sure, as soon as, I think tonight, if they gave us a little hint, tonight they're going to be announcing, like, the conference, and maybe put the tickets on sale. I'm not sure. They're not sure, because we never know what Mark has up his sleeve. So I think it's very important. I was like, okay, when you said 9 o'clock, Claire, I was like, first of all, football starts at 7:30, okay, with the Packers. Second of all, 9 o'clock, I gotta stop even the Packers for a second and listen in on this corporate call tonight, the family call, because I want to know what's going on. I'm very excited. And as much as it's going to kill me to pause the game for a second, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I want to listen to the corporate calls and being intentional and really joining those, because I suck at it. And there's a lot of people that probably can say the same thing. Like, do you dial in every Sunday and do that? But the ones who do are the ones who's growing, one, and it's being mindful in what you're doing. Anita, actually, I got her to join, and she's like excited. She's like, well, I should set up a Facebook. And this is all just from this event we attended today, that gets people excited. And if we got to travel 2 or 3, 4 miles to go to another one, like, I'm willing to do that. It was $18, and I bought the ticket. I bought 3 tickets at the time, and that was when we were doing D2D for giving back. So what I did, instead of like giving back and buying a coffee for a person behind me, I bought 2 extra tickets for 2 people on my team to come to this event, and I paid for it. And I was like, you know, let's do it. Trice was one of them. Danelle was another one, but then she ended up having to work. I offered my new distributor to come, Lisa, but then she had plans. So then I was like, well, Anita, I wasn't sure because I'm kind of running her team here, and she was like so excited to come, and I'm so glad she got a lot from it, you know. I think that's about it. Did Lisa join? Is Lisa on here? Lisa Branson, is she on here? I don't see her.
There's a phone number. Who's on the phone?
That's Joanne. Joanne can only call in and be like visual at the same time.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. She was on, and she's new, and she's been working, like she has a potential distributor, and I wanted her to join on and meet you guys, because I knew I didn't see Sandra was going to join, but Sandra, Good, Dusty, Claire, like I wanted her to like meet you guys and see you, because she's like, she has a distributor. What should she tell this distributor? And I was in the middle of training right then. But like, I'm so excited. We did for D2D to make up. I think we should all make up too. If anybody who didn't make up a welcome or what's it like to be a distributor, and do our YouTube page and put on our YouTube for people who are interested in. We just send them that link to open it up, you know, because she was like, oh, well, I looked on YouTube and I sent it to him. I'm like, oh, I have something on YouTube, but I couldn't think of that at that time because I was in training, you know, but if I could save it into my notes and, you know, sit there and do a YouTube, upload it, and then, you know, send it. I could have just sent her that link. Like, why didn't I think about that? So I think everybody should do that, you know, because they're seeing our face as far as for anybody else joining in. They're seeing our face and who their leader is coming in, which would be a great idea. Anybody else? Oh, what else did I like about? I loved everything about the event. I mean, from the time we walked in, all the friendly faces, everybody's saying hello. Everybody's like one team, one mission. Like seriously, when you walked in, it was all love. Like hello, you know, it was exciting. And then I was excited to see Sandy Dury, even though I didn't say hi. But it was like when you're watching somebody so much, you know, and you're like, oh my God, there she was on the panel. I think that's about it. And what excites me too is the money. You know, the money is like exciting, and you're helping people. So I like to help people, so this way I can get it both. I'm helping people and I'm making, right? So it's a win-win for everybody. And how people are just at home making money and making up a dream board. You know, you have 5 people up there on the panel who are all making $30,000 a month. And they make a dream board out about every 3 months, and they follow it. And one lady has a dream door. So they own the house. She owns her house, and they have a door where anybody who walks into the door or walks through a door in their house, there's like a Sharpie or whatever, and they mark on there what they want, or even draw a picture of what their dream is that they want. And once they accomplish it, she has a big red marker, and she puts an X over it. So as you see your dreams getting achieved, you add more as the X's go off. Wasn't that pretty cool? A dream door. And I was like, wow, you know, I could do that at home, you know, a dream door, but also doing a dream board. Like, I think that's important, because, I mean, as you're putting your dreams down and watching them get crossed off, I mean, it sounds childish first, and it sounds, you know, when you're cutting out things out of a magazine or something, but it really is important for our life and what you want to accomplish, or even if you're just writing it down. So. Thinking outside the box of what you think you cannot possibly achieve, you can achieve. It is there, you know. Dream about it, think about it, and then it comes true.
Oh, and I just remember one more thing. Basically, when you're going after your dreams, you know how a lot of people think you're crazy. They're like, oh my God, this girl is not gonna do anything. She's not gonna make it. She wants to be a diamond. She wants to be ambassador, presidential, whatever you want to be. But at the end of the day, those people are not the ones paying your bills. I mean, who knows where they're going in their lives? You know where you are going in your life. So don't care what anybody else has to say about you. It's your life, it's your dreams, it's your goals. And as long as you see where you want to go and keep working towards it, writing it down, posting notes, everything, you're going to get there. It's things I've seen in my life when I was a child that has happened. You know, it's still things that I see today. I've envisioned things. You know, when you see these things, when you write them down, they're going to happen, but it takes you to keep going. And do not let anybody get in your way. I don't care who it is. It can be a husband, a wife, a best friend. You will soon find who your real friends are when you start doing things like this. It was one woman up there saying her family and friends are still not supporting her, and she's an ambassador diamond. They still think she's crazy, but she's still going because it doesn't matter what they think. She just knows where she's supposed to be in her life. And I think that's really, really important. And never compare yourself to anyone. Don't do it, because we're all made differently. We're all going to go certain places in our lives. And some of us not going to go at the same time, but we will all end up there if we're fighting for the same cause. You know, everybody's not going to be built to go at the same time, you know, because we're different human beings. We have different characteristics. You know, we have different dreams. We're all doing this for different reasons. All our whys are different, and the whys constantly change. That's what they were focusing on too. The whys do change. I know my why has changed since I've done this a lot. And it's crazy because I follow a lot of women who, not saying do this, but I follow a lot of women who quit their job and just knew this is what they were going to do. 4 to 5 months, they were presidential diamonds. They put their heart and soul into it works. And they did not care about who said no, who said they couldn't make it. All they knew is I see the vision and I know where I'm going in my life. So that's all I'm about. That's all it's about, getting there. No matter what you have to do, just get there and work hard. Like I've always worked hard. I've always been a determined person and motivated. And that's another thing. No one can motivate you. That's what they always said. And I've always said the same thing. You motivate yourself. And they also said people come to the event. They come to every event, some people, but then don't take action. They say you have to take action when you leave. What is the purpose of you going to an event if you're not going to do anything? You have to turn around, you know, take everything you've learned and make something happen, no matter what. And these events, you have to stay plugged in. They tell you that all the time. So because we all get in those binds where we're like, oh my God, these people on my team aren't working. Oh my God, I'm trying to teach them everything. If they would just do this, you know, but hey, you just have to keep working, because I've been there. I got so depressed, like, what is wrong with this people? Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Do you know where we can be if you would just do it? But hey, you have to keep going. And also they said if you're a leader or whatnot, you not only have to teach, you have to do. You can tell people to do this and do that, but if you're not doing it, how does that look on you? That's a reflection of you. So they always said when you get loyal customers or distributors as a leader, don't forget to post that on Facebook. Don't forget to bring it up in a group, because just because you have all these people under you, you still have to be marching. You still have to be going out working a business day to day. No matter how far you get in this business, you still have to work, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen to anybody on your team. So have your back, you know, have your back just like you have everybody else's back. And don't forget why you started this and why you're doing
and
it.
Also give compliments to the people underneath you. Whether she said it takes only 30 seconds to recognize the people who are sometimes forgotten. Did you get coin?
Wait, get my purse.
Okay, we're at a toll, you guys. We're at a toll. I got this. Oh, Anita got this. Okay. To give compliments on the people who are okay, who are that's only 15 cents. Sorry, guys. It's 15 cents. Don't get me no ticket. Now, how about that? Here's a quarter.
Yeah.
That's a quarter. Okay, we made it. Thank you. Okay. I said thank you. I did say thank you. I gave you the green light. To just recognize people. So, you know, no matter what it is, if they sign that one loyal customer, like, shout them out. And I was like, you know, I get shots out, you know, from you guys too. And it always does make you feel good. matter what it is, let's shout out each other. You sign one person on your team and they just do that one just to be recognized, and let them that just makes that builds you up. It builds you up. If that's even motivating them or whatever it is, it just builds you up as a person to know that somebody is recognizing you. Or if they're not even signing a loyal customer, but you see them constantly posting and you see them working the business and you're watching them post to recognize them. Just give them a little shout out, because it feels good. They're like, okay, nobody liked my post, but at least they see that I'm working, and that makes you want to do it a little more too. So recognition was another one. Anything else you could think of, Trice?
Oh,
it was so much.
Yeah, it was.
It was from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
It was long.
But they started at 1 really though, so from 12 to 1 it was like entering in people, signing up for raffles, putting your rap in. They called out like 25 people, and 25 people like got 10 raps each or something.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like that? Yeah. 25 people got 10 raps each, so there was a lot of people there. Or people who just threw in 4 raps themselves, because you could throw in as many raps as you wanted to go, just not one. We all put one in.
Yeah.
Just one. Okay. But so that was like the beginning of it. Then it really got down hardcore at 1. So from 1, and then they let us break for a pee break at 3, and then we came back like 15 minutes later. And Jade Hooper did not show up. By the way, bummer. I was super bummed about that. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say they spoke upon when you add new distributors. You want to help them. You want to teach them everything that you know to be successful. But at the same time, you don't want to really enable them. Like, you want to tell them where to go as far as like e-suites. Don't do it exactly for them. Give them little hints on how to do it so they can start learning the process hands-on. Because I had an issue with that in the beginning, not as far as e-suites, but as far as partying. I love to party. So what I'll do is have parties all the time, invite all of my distributors so they wouldn't have to do this themselves. But I soon realized they're not coming because they're not ready to party. They might not like the party. And I can't get upset at that. I like the party, but just because they don't want to come, they're not motivated like I am. If they wanted to party, they would party. I give them ideas on what to do. I'll still invite people, but I cannot force anybody to want to come to a party or have a party. So it's just like, helping your distributor as much as you can, but not being their crutch. Not being their crutchiness, because they have to learn the rules of the game. They have to learn what to do,
Now, the other thing too with doing parties, instead of like doing house parties at yourself, they said, doing a live thing is really nice. But I mean, it's awesome because you can get their password maybe and get their Facebook account, and you can go live for them on their page, and you could do a party for them on their page. And I thought that was a really good idea. And then it's on their page, period, and people can scroll through and watch the party as it goes, and if they're interested, something like that. And also, like, for your potential distributors or anybody like that, have them download Zoom, or if they have an iPhone, FaceTime them right away. Because doing a personal, even instead of one over the phone or anything like that, if you're looking at them face to face and you're talking and they see your excitement, it's way better. So if you're like, hey, go to Zoom, you can go to the settings at the bottom of it, and then it says about, and you do that, then you can message them that link, and then they can download that Zoom right away, which is a free app. And as soon as they download it, if they don't, say Androids or whatever, you can get on and you can Zoom with them one-on-one, and then actually meet them in person, face to face, to get that personal face to face of them looking at you while you're telling them and explaining the business. I thought that was a really good idea. Like, hey, let me send you this link. What's your number? I want you to download this, and I'll Zoom you right away. You know, and then as soon as they download it and say got it, you get on there, and then you do your one-on-ones face to face. And I was like, that's a great idea. So another good idea: getting their Facebook account information, going live, doing a party for them on their page, zooming your your PTDs or your PLCs even, and just showing them so that you're face to face and they see your excitement. Really, really good tip there. There are so many. I'm sure I'll think of a lot, but I hope this helped you guys. Any questions?
It helped a lot. Lisa's on now too. I see.
Oh, Lisa, you're on.
I think.
Hi.
There she is.
Okay, so Lisa, did you send her? Do you have any questions really fast? We have a lot of our upline on right now, pretty much like all of them almost. Any questions? First of all, welcome to the team, and I hope you can see if you just swipe back and forth on your phone, you'll be able to see everybody in there. We have Gloria, Joanne, Claire. If you Diara, is that how you pronounce your name, Diara? Because I never met Diara. Hi, Dusty, Stephanie. She had some questions on here about what